Hello everyone and welcome to the map Solaris. Joining me here in the upper right corner for today's highlight professional match, it is the red Rhodos player, Astrea. And the opponent, the blue Zerg, spawning into the bottom left corner here, a terror himself. It is Dark. And Dark's spawning pool. Very quick pool. Alright. The hatch block looks to be... Hold up here. I'm gonna go with the hatch block was unsuccessful because Dark had no intention of taking his natural. No, really? Proxy? Okay then. Waiting for those minerals to get up, it's gonna be a proxy hatch in the Protoss's wall. Astrea, quick to respond. Forge? Core, maybe? Alright, core. We're trying to block it off. I like it. Lings did make their way out of the base. I believe that probe was killed, yes. Initial probe was killed for that information. The single ambitious probe from Astrea. Zealot trying to get here. Little bit of a block. Second Zealot's on the way. Do we see a cannon? I kind of like the response of just getting everything. Get the Zealots, get the Forge for a cannon, get the core. I'm on board. I'm on board with this. Second Zealot's about to pop out. The Lings not yet finding their damage against the Zealot, who is gleefully going to town on the hatch. Dark cancels the hatch to allow the Lings to get the surface area they need. The drone is going to be killed off. But getting two Zealots might be worth it. Might be okay. Cannon completes. Looks like Dark behind this has been taking multiple bases, trying to go for a little bit of economic greed behind this, hoping that Astrea may not slap down a cannon on Dark's side of the map. Really, proxy hatch within the first 2 minutes? Very well. Astrea is now left with one of the more creative walls I have seen. It does work though. There's space to get through here. Adept. You get them. Damage. Barely damage. The paint. The pigmentation of that Natchery. Not going to go very well for them. Very fast third Nexus here. Before the tech choice, yes. Third Nexus up before the tech choice. What is the choice going to be? Will it be the ever so standard Stargate, perhaps? I hope not. Everything else in this game so far has been anything but standard. We'll just have to wait and see. Sentry's on the way. Warp Gate's about to finish up. Starting a sentry 5 seconds before Warp Gate's done. We've all been there. We've all done that. Protoss players unite, of course. What is in store for these two? Dark? No Ling speed. Really? A speedless build? Slow Lings? Looks like it's a Twilight coming out from Astrea, who only gets one drone for their troubles. Dark quickly responding, gonna be able to turn those drones into extractors. Slow Lings, not quite able to catch up with a Stalker. Will instead be bullied. I think I just heard the extractor just canceled, yes. Alright, Twilight. Very far forward Twilight. Ambitious, aggressive Twilight Council. The Adept, barely shading away. Run! Run from the Queen. will make it to the edge of the creep, forcing the queen to turn back. Blink is the upgrade, the research of choice from the Twilight Council. Dark prepping the Roach Warren. The macro turn, guys. Had a rather exciting early game. We have to tone it down, to calm down, lest anyone with a heart condition has trouble. 12 more lings, but still no ling speed. I'm not sure. Hallucinated Phoenix gonna spot all these slow lings. I'm sure Astrea doing the same thing, going, what is this for? Delaying the ling speed, getting the Roach Warren up. We see a Dark Shrine response from Astrea, who perhaps artfully noticed with that Hallucinated Phoenix, there are no spore crawlers here. Dark cutting corners wherever Dark can. Says you didn't open Stargate. Dark actually hasn't spotted the Twilight. However, there's been no Stargate units, so perhaps it's taking the gamble. Hallucinated Phoenix taking a look at that third base, saying nothing to note here, nothing of value. The Zerg is just droning happily, just trying to get that economy set up. Both of them around 3 base economy now. Dark Shrine. The DTs may actually do a bit of damage. No spore crawlers, no overseers on the field. Lair just now finishing up, so Dark could get an overseer. If Dark wants to play it safe, get an overseer. That would probably be a good choice. Scouting Ling going to be dealt with just as quickly as he got in. Prism. Keep an eye on this Prism. This is the DT Prism. The delivery method for Dark Templar. Like when you put cheese on crackers, it's the cracker's just a delivery method. Similar premise here. DT. Oh, finally. Ling speed finishing up. Roach speed about halfway. And the DT's going to be sent out. Overseer starts immediately. Dark spots it. Not quick enough though. There are still no spore crawlers complete. DT evacuating that expansion. DT in the main base going towards the drone line. Distracted by a nearby Roach and Queen. Aren't we all distracted by a Queen? 11 drones have gone down in total so far. The DTs will be cleaned up. Mostly. No, don't reveal yourself. Well, that one will be dealt with. Yes. All the DTs gone. I believe so. 4 DTs lost. 12. No, 14 drones in total, though. Dark somehow still at 79 drones, though. Dark through that was just making drones. Just as I see I'm taking losses, it does not matter. There is no point in trying to fight and struggle to save anything. I will just make more. Alright, that's an answer too. Yes, you take some damage still. It does come out that you took damage, but you didn't really get that far behind. The worst thing you can do, of course, is panic. Injects, observers moving around. Robo, the new choice for Astrea, adding on those colossi. No thermal lance though. What is with you guys and not getting the research? Ling speed at the 7-minute mark. Lurker Den, Vipers on the way already. Which means these colossi probably shouldn't get much done. Maybe Astrea knows. Perhaps Astrea knows about the Vipers, about the Lurker Den, about the surround that was coming in. However, the reinforcing Colossi are going to quickly deal with that. The force fields will be broken. Zerg forces retreating. Protoss going to chase. Eradicate those changelings. Only a minor chase. Lurkers on the way. Dark. Perhaps wanting to just buy a little time to get some lurkers up. Are there any over here? No. Doesn't look like it. More being made though. Astrea steps in. Hatchery in peril. Blankstalkers should be able to deal with that. The vulnerable robotics forces moving to the east. Dark? Where are you going? Lurker on the high ground. Viper. Oh, victim. Viper. Stalkers blinking forward. Astrea gonna deal with that quickly. Lurkers burrow. Force fields not doing much. A Viper abduct doing a lot more. Pulling in one of those colossi for a quick death. Astrea should be able to get the hatchery. Just focuses it down. And now I think you back up. Where's the observer? Oh no, the observer on the map must have been destroyed. Which definitely, I think, is a backup move then. If you cannot actually deal with the lurkers, you don't want to just run your ground forces over them. I'd call that a good move for Astrea. Great to get in, snipe a couple hatcheries, deal with some of the army. Unusual spot for lurkers. We were born right here. This larva was my home, and gosh darn it, I will become a lurker here as well. Astrea making a good choice, I think, backing up at that right time. This move command could be a little dangerous, though. Lurkers on the high ground. Burrow saves the stalker, very nice. Blinking towards the drones, and a beautiful force field gonna force their movement right through the stalkers. Lurker on the high ground doing a little bit of a tickle. Disruptor. Great connection, but Lurker's a little too durable to be scared from just one disruptor hit. Sees the drone, blinks forward. Dark responding to this northern group with far too many roaches. Astrea right to back up there. Behind this, Stargate +1 air. Might be going air to fight the lurkers. The usual choice, I agree with it. Lurkers on the high ground, preventing some movement. Observer is with the army though. 3 in total, 1 over on the right side, 1 at the top. Very good. Dark, a counterattack just as Astrea moves in. Disruptors clearing what they can. Queens holding the line at the front. Dark. Oh, there's lurkers here. Dark wants to try and fight with the lurkers. Reinforcing warp-in overcharged used. Astrea should be fine. Should be able to hold it for now. The colossi getting distracted by the nearby spore crawler. Disruptors tripping over their own not legs. Dark saves the lurker from the second disruptor hit. Forces from the top side coming down to help reinforce. I think the observer was picked off. Oh, it was stationed over here too far from the lurkers. Recall initiated. Colossi going to be destroyed before they can get home. Luckily though, Astrea gets some damage down on the other side. Blinking up onto the high ground. 15 drones have been killed off. An observer just died to the spore crawler, which is going to spell doom for this attack force. But behind this, 4 carriers in production. The battle not over yet. Especially with Dark inching forward. Lurkers burrowing on the low ground. Overcharged used, perhaps a bit too early. The battery will be focused down. The Hydra Ravager Lurker combo going to prove too strong for this position. The Nexus should be destroyed. Dark may continue pushing forward. The carriers are out now though, and despite the presence of Hydralisks, I don't know, I think my money's on the carriers. You know where my money is not though? On observers. They're both on the other side of the map. Holy disruptor hit. Good God. Disruptor taking out a good chunk of the Hydras, which should make the battle a little bit easier. Storm is here as well. Unsafe Hydra conditions abound. Force on the bottom side of the map as well, doing damage. It's a hold up here. Well, it's not a clean hold. Get the probes out. They're just taking damage. Dark's lurker counterattacks across the board. The damage is starting to mount up, actually. This one still uncontested. A few. Oh. The disruptors were killed off, which means the lurkers get to stick around another minute. Astrea sends the workers back. No. This wasn't cleared. 39 probes and counting. Oh dear. Observers starting to be picked off. Finally, the lurker at this base. 17 kills. Going to be cleaned up there. This one we've got 2 kills. 24-7. You do the math. That's a lot of damage. And they're killing off robo forces for free. It's falling apart. Observer finally gets here for Astrea. The carriers will deal with these lurkers. Getting a little close with that High Templar too, though. This is not the same lurker. Okay, Dark. Don't try and trick me. Don't make me feel like I'm going crazy here. I'm seeing lurkers. Large force of Hydras. Picking off that Nexus, apparently. The Zealots will deal with the lurker. Barely. That was a little close. So the composition is now Carrier High Templar, which is arguably stronger than any other composition he has fielded so far. It's a lot of Hydras, though. 18 Hydras. We got Vipers. We got Infestors, too. Will it be for Neural? I don't think he has Neural. He doesn't have Neural yet. Oh, recall initiated because of this? Astrea feeling a little panicked about the losses, perhaps. And you cannot blame him. Absolutely cannot blame him for being a little scared, a little panicked about potential counterattacks. Dark has been showing that to be a great strength so far this match. Anytime Astrea was making some ground, making some headway on Dark's side of the map, it felt like Dark was right there where he needed to be when he needed to be. Lurker-sized fires, killing an impressive amount of probes. Evening up that worker count. The carrier's gonna move against that base. Prism flies into the main base, though, under the cover of Overlords. Will be spotted, will start to drop eventually. The carriers forced to back up a little bit here. A residual microbial shroud. Didn't know that spell still existed, did you? Zealot cleaning up those Zerglings. Zealots in the main base getting some damage. 10 drones were killed off, it looks like. Those are not Zealots, those are Changelings. Do not be fooled. What just killed this hatchery? Hold up. Prism? Was it the Zealots in the Prism? Astrea notices. Loses the Prism, though. Oh, the Zealots just go for the hatch. Alright, target fired it down. For a second, I thought Dark's Hydras killed it, because all I saw were Dark's Hydras here. Little bit of a panic move. Astrea losing that Prism does hurt, though. Carrier count, 7. Climbing, though. And Dark, after a long and grueling battle, says, "Fine, I will build a spire." Changelings found out. Astrea says, "I don't have any Zealots. I have one Zealot who's been bad. He's sitting in the dunce corner now. You go stare at those rocks, Zealot. You only have 2 kills? Come on, Zealots should have at least 4. Bro, the probe out for blood. Going to reveal the changelings. Very good. Astrea wanting a little bit of time to rebuild forces. Unfortunately for Astrea, that gives Dark some time as well. And Dark is fielding a lot of spellcasters, letting that energy grow, going into double spire, wherever the second one is. There it is. Very good. Not next to each other though, that would drive me a little mad. +2. How are our upgrades? Oh. Ranged attack was prioritized, getting the melee now. Zergling counterattacks. Adrenal? Not yet. Zergling counterattacks may get to be a bit more deadly. And prepare yourselves. Not for the broken portrait next to the base, but for the mothership that shall arrive soon. Oracle fielded for detection at long last. Revelation used. Carrier's gonna start to push forward. Viper pulling the disruptor. The disruptor's the target. Intriguing. Not going to get it. No matter what choice you made it. Oh, a solid fungal abduct onto a couple of carriers. The fungal growth gonna help pick both of those off. Disruptor going right for that disruptor here marker, aka microbial shroud, aka please storm here, thank you. High Templar gonna be picked off. Looks like by a stray lurker shot. Astrea backing up. Mothership almost here. Prepare yourselves. Make sure your room is cleaned. Make sure your homework is done. Because the mothership is here and she is ready to dish out some pain. Perhaps. Oh, disruptor clipping a queen, destroying a creep tumor, ruining that poor creep tumor's day. What's over here? Just ovies and a roach. Roger. The heroic roach over there. Stasis ward. Mothership going to hold position over the 12 o'clock base. We'll keep an eye on the mothership, of course. Some of the changes that came out recently affected the mothership. We do still have the cloaking. However, it's not passive anymore. An active ability. Like 20-second duration. 50-second cooldown, I think. Can't have cloaking all the time. Hydras. Proving to be superior to Zealots. Templar do have energy for storms, though. Viper. Oh. Feedback onto the queens. Couple of infestors, too. Just one of the queens got feedback. That 1-star review. Heavily damaging those infestors, though. They're very fragile. Very I don't know the word I'm looking for there. Vulnerable. Self-conscious. Thank you, Brain. Good job, Brain. Group on the right side, Hydras. That's a lot of Protoss, though. Zealots, cannon combo, overcharged used. Over here we've got Microbial Shroud and Fungal Growth onto some Interceptors. Has Dark actually built any Corruptors? No. Not yet. There we go. 16 Corruptors in the production tent. Getting rid of the Hydras on the right side of the map. Oh, the queen count. What are we up to? 12 queens? Queen, Infestor, Viper, Lurker, Hydra, Corruptor. It's easy, guys. Just control it. It's just Protoss. Come on. Disruptor shot. Picking off that Lurker. Did the Roach die? The Roach died. Poor Roger. Very sorry, Roger the Roach. Disruptor. We have Tempest here as well. What is down here? The Mothership. The Mothership is down here, perhaps wanting to get a little sneaky. Unfortunately, Dark, new Mothership, same problems. A Viper and a group of Corruptors is all you need. That was, what, minus 300 now? Alright. Infestor's proving to be much more useful. Microbial Shroud even. Fungal Growth onto the Interceptors. Beautiful feedbacks onto all 4 of the Vipers though. The 1-star reviews proving a bit too damaging. Those Vipers are in the red now. Neural. +3 melee. More Corruptors. Dark with another backstab. Lurker-shaped fires though. Backing far enough away from the cannon to try and stay out of detection range, too. There is an observer right here. There's another one right here. Very good. Should be able... No, actually not going to be able to clean it up. The storm damaging the zealots a bit more than the lurker. Which means Astrea cannot mine here. That was revelation. Emotional damage. Nothing more. Changelings going somewhere. Storm Disruptors picking off a sizable chunk of the monarchy here for the Zerg. Tempest doing their job. The Revelation Tempest combo. Storm clearing out the Changelings and the Lurkers. Astrea eventually does clean it up. Mining was delayed though. Nexus was hurt and Spirits were wounded. Ultras. Very nice. Just seeing the whole tech tree here. Mothership. Ultras. Well, show me some Brood Lords. I wouldn't really expect to see Brood Lords here. Dark needs Corruptors. What is the carrier count at? 9 carriers. 5 Tempest. The Tempest was recently changed too. Had very minor though. Like its acceleration or its turn rate. Yeah, look at them. They're zooming now. They're practically faster than the carrier. Oof. Slow down, Speedy. Gotta get to that dark counterattack yet again. Ultras and Lurkers working together. Not gonna get much done though with the rest of the army here. The Lings actually getting more done than anything else. Killing off all of those probes. A single Zealot. Not the one from earlier, just still a single Zealot. Astrea, not giving up this base. Might be giving it up. The 3 Lurkers gonna burrow there. Still getting damage down there. Responding to the Ultralisk attack over here at the Rich Gas base. Fungal Growth onto most of the forces. Storm gonna repel the Zerg. Thank you, don't lose those Tempest. Nexus was destroyed here. Assimilator left for the single Zergling. Single Zealot was dealt with. This hatchery marked for death though. Astrea says you are not allowed to have this hatchery and you shall not have it this day. Both taking some decent chunks out of each other. Good fungal growth, chaining the fungals, not going to really capitalize on it. Oh, here we go, the Corruptors moving in. Void Rays charge up though. Templar don't have any more energy, but the Void Rays going to be scary enough. Oh, a group of Lings here, going for the cannon. Solid defensive weapon though. The battery's going to be picked off. The cannon is picked off quickly behind, and who wins? Looks like the Zealots should be fine. The Dark though. What was I saying? Every time attempting a counterattack, you're going to try and get some more damage done. Zealots forced into the choke, which means the rest of the Lings should be able to do this relatively quickly. DT was the choice of Warpin. We'll be able to clean all this up, but how much damage are they going to get done in the meantime? Dark's counterattack proving successful. They're going to get every building. Okay. Likewise over here, Void Ray called to the defense. Should be fine. Should be able to hold it. Dark, though, he is everywhere. Dark is just trying to get damage done wherever possible. Workers killed, quickly approaching 100 for both of these players. Lurkers, learning what it is to be on the wrong side of the Tempest. Neural onto the Tempest. Just one of them though picks off a High Templar. Taking another couple shots, just getting a few free hits. Dark could have killed it off right away. I'd like to point out that Templar, or the Tempest actually killed a Templar though, which is highly valuable. Don't move a muscle. Oh, Astrea sees it. The Lings will be cleaned up. Dark taking this base. Little prematurely too. Sending these drones over here. Little long distance mining right by that pylon. Yes. That's okay. Most of Astrea's forces at the bottom of the map. No player is in a clear winning spot right now, but I do like Dark's position a bit better. Dark controlling a bit more of the map. Astrea can really only mine from these two bases right now. Everything else mined out. Dark taking over this base. A little bit more income. It's a benefit. Other than that though, we've got about half. Little skirmish. This is essentially full. That's about half as well. What do we got? 900 there. Okay, so about 2.5 bases, call it. Rich gas, still working for Astrea. I don't see Darks. I think this was it. Mined out though. It depends on the counterattacks too. Astrea's force is very slow moving. Observer? Here. Observer is here. More probes dying off though, and the Corruptors get to move in on top of the carriers. The Void Ray is a little out of position there. Void Ray's not able to charge up either, it seems. All of the carriers will be picked off, and the Corruptors get out of dodge as the Archons are underneath them. Ultras, looks like they killed off a few more probes. 28. We have reached 100 probes killed this game. God, losing the carriers. He lost every carrier. That is not good. No bien, no bueno. Not at all. The Tempest can still get some damage done though. The Archons and the Void Rays will have to protect them though, which means Astrea is going to be a bit more vulnerable to the counterattacks. Oh yeah, you needed that Tempest audio today, didn't you? Oh yeah. Boom. Tempest shot. Stasis Ward activated by just a couple Lings. Dark attempting another backstab, not going to find it though. This base was completely cleaned out though, which puts Astrea in even more hot water. The income is just not there to replace them. The Tempests are chipping away. Storm's coming out right as I'm trying to take a drink. Thanks, Astrea. Overcharged used. A little bit of a panic overcharge. The Corruptors can't really engage so long as the Archons and Void Rays are here underneath. The Tempests, how are they doing by the way? Decent amount of kills between them. Healthy amount. Here's what I was trying to talk about. The Void Rays are now forced to come deal with the Ling counter attack at the natural, which leaves the Tempests a little more vulnerable. The Archons are strong enough though. I think the Archons should be able to handle it. The Void Rays doing their thing. Chasing away the Zerglings. Losing the carriers, I think, is a death sentence. Astrea just can't remake anything. Not even retaking this Nexus. Oh, recall. Just in time. Gonna get those Void Rays out of there. 4 drones died. Where are drones dying? I don't know. Maybe the Tempest shots down here. Revelation used yet again. More. Well, those are Corruptors. These are Zerglings. More Lings trying to find some damage around the map. Overcharged use the Corruptors actually get on top of the Void Ray is going to start to whittle them down. Without the Archons, the air units are all vulnerable, it seems. And if the Archons are stuck somewhere, it's up to the Immortal to hold the line, who proves worthy of his name, for now. Rest of the Protoss forces helping him out. Yeah, you waddle out of there. A job well done. Dark's forces gonna try and break down that door yet again. The Void Rays called to respond. Corruptors could follow suit. Picking off the Oracle, that's always helpful. Void Ray. Oh yeah, that looks fair and balanced, doesn't it? Void Ray's tethered, following the Ultra. Vulnerable to the Corruptors, though. Are they all gonna be picked off? Every unit Astrea loses brings him one step closer to perhaps losing this game. There's just no ability to replace anything. The money's just not there. 21 probes in total. Dark has killed over 110 probes. Ling's gonna deny this base yet again. The Archon Tempest brought back to the natural. A few Zealots trying to get some damage done, not gonna find anything. The Corruptors get on top of the Tempest. Oh, Archons. I don't think he cares anymore. There's just too much Zerg. The Tempest will fall, and with it, the Protoss himself. Dark, holding his own. A long, brutal, but tenacious PvZ match. Beautiful to watch, entertaining to see. Really sorry for those who were hoping the Mothership was going to do anything. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I hope you all have a great day.